Dear ones, I am Archangel Michael. I really liked the result of the last video. I made you stop and think, am I ready? Many immediately opened their mouths, no, I am. I am. I can't wait for this to happen. Some internally screamed, oh my god. No, I'm afraid, but they said nothing, they just thought. Others are still in doubt. That is great, at least the question is in the air and you are thinking about it. That is great. There is a concern among some, how do we know that they are beings of light that are coming to us? Do not worry. When they begin to appear, you will know exactly who they are and what they are like. Ah, but what if some non-light being disguises itself as one of these light beings? This will not happen, because we will not allow it. Understand the following, my brothers, the vibration of these beings of light is already from the fifth dimension. Their shell, which may even be just etheric so they can show themselves to you, is of a very high vibration. Non-light beings cannot produce the same envelopes, because they do not have this vibration. They vibrate very low, so they can't change to that extent. Be sure that when you see such a being of light near you, it will be a being of light, never anything contrary. I hope you continue to work this information into your hearts, as this will be one of the highlights of the event. So you have to be very prepared, to be able to have this contact and do what needs to be done. Today I'm going to talk about the races that were here. Many of you who usually follow videos that talk about the current situation on the planet, hear about many races of beings that arrived here, that dominated and enslaved you. I'm not going to talk about them, I'm going to talk about those who practically started the entire process of imbalance on the planet. Two races existed, the Lemurians and the Atlanteans. They both lost themselves in their powers. They were highly elevated beings, with a lot of love in their hearts, who populated this planet with a lot of love and a lot of light. Yes, the cities of Lemuria and Atlantis existed in a certain location, but their inhabitants, many of them, left across the planet to encourage the increase of the race. And so it was done. Due to the influence of those who arrived on this planet and thought they could dominate it, create a race totally subservient to their purposes, many of these inhabitants who had power in their hands were harassed and liked what they heard, they found it interesting, and were induced to tests. And these inhabitants began to test new forms of manipulation. As I have said here several times, in the new world, there will be leaders, yes, but not leaders of their own decision. There will be leaders because any organization needs a leader. But this leader will only represent the decision of many. His opinion, will never prevail. He will only be the spokesperson for everyone's decision, because it is impossible for you to imagine a world in which everyone comes together at the same time. This doesn't exist. What exists are representatives of certain quantities, who will be represented by others higher up, until they reach our Father or Mother God. So you will continue to have leaders, yes, but not authoritarian leaders, dictator leaders, leaders who will make decisions that are bad for you. Remember, what the feeling is, what prevails in the new world is love. Then there is no more evil. This thought is Tercera's thought, not from the fifth dimension. So these leaders started to think it was good, because many times, as I just said, they were just representatives, or rather, in the vast majority of cases, they were representatives of the people. He had no opinion of his own. But they were induced to think for themselves. Thinking that what they thought was good for the people. And so they tried, but the people didn't agree, because it was good for them, not for the people. And he started to think that it was worth manipulating the people, to make his decision count. Very good. And so it happened in both cities. Each one in its own time. And the process of mental and genetic manipulation began. The people no longer had a voice, he was manipulated to accept what was decided by his leaders. Ah, my Archangel, isn't this in danger of happening again? Of course. What did I say at the beginning? That they were manipulated by the beings who wanted to enslave this planet, low vibration beings. You are going to the fifth dimension, and in the fifth dimension there are no low vibrational beings. Get this in your minds. So that's what happened. In general terms, that's what happened. The manipulation was so great, things got so out of control, that these two cities succumbed to their own powers. Because they grew in such a way, they began to apply powers in such a wrong way, that they destroyed their cities. Very similar to what you were heading towards doing, with your atomic bombs, nuclear bombs, which would destroy the entire planet and its entire civilization, if we hadn't interfered. So my brothers, these beings left the planet and went to the astral. And they were treated, as we can put it, the High One made them see the harm they had caused to the planet and everything else. These beings have always been high vibrational beings, intelligent beings. Just a parenthesis, the Earth, Gaia, was no longer of fifth, nor of other vibrations. Through colonization by these beings who wanted to destroy Gaia, Gaia's dimension had already lowered. So these beings, even though they were of high vibration, could be harassed, because the environment was no longer conducive to them. Just so you understand how they were harassed. Back to where I was. These beings had high vibration, they were powerful beings who had love in their hearts, they just let themselves be carried away by promises in a world in which they could assert their wishes, their ideas. Very good. When taken from the planet, they underwent treatment, recognized their mistakes, and committed to returning to the planet, but with other functions, with other missions, which was to help Gaia's awakening, help liberate the planet, help with what they themselves had created, had contributed to it happening. So, many of the light workers who are on Earth today are descendants of these people, and are here to fulfill their mission at this time. Not everyone has awakened yet, nor do they know where they came from. But very soon everyone will know, because the veils for these representatives will fall faster. They will be the first veils that will fall on the planet, so that they know exactly the mission that they have, and what they were once, and what they did one day, so that they do not repeat it. Don't get carried away by ego, by power, by pride. May they fulfill their mission, but with a single feeling, which is love in their hearts. So some people who are appearing on the planet, who have the gift of gathering others around them, all have their missions ingrained in their souls. They already know that they have a mission to rescue Gaia, but they don't remember anything yet, of what they were in the past, but very soon, they will remember. Very soon they will know. Why do they have to know? Because you can't get carried away and make the same mistakes. Remember my brothers, Gaia is already awake, but some non-light beings still walk the planet, and they are trying to do the same thing they did a while ago, with some light workers. Many are getting carried away. So the veils need to fall, so that they wake up, and don't make the same mistake they made in the past. Because we need each one of them. Because we act in the etheric part of this entire process, but there are those who act in the earthly part, and who are doing their part. So everyone needs to wake up, but wake up knowing everything they were, so that they don't repeat the same mistakes. So my brothers, what is the moral of today's video? You realize that some people on the internet have, let's say, some powers that you sometimes don't understand. For example, channeling beings of light. Many think that this is a lie, that this is blasphemy, that this does not exist. Very soon, everyone will know that this does exist, because we will provide proof that we are the ones talking. Those who believe, who have a pure heart, don't even need proof, they believe and that's it. They believe without seeing. But there are those, like Saint Thomas, who want to see to believe. Then then they will see, and then maybe they will believe. I'm not going to say that everyone will believe it. They might think it's a montage, everything on the internet is a montage. That does not exist. That's computer assembly. Okay. Everyone will have their own understanding, their opinion. But these people who are today, with what you think is power, no, they are not powerful. They just came to this current time with this mission, and they have already been prepared for it, they already came ready for this. But isn't that a power? No, no, it is not a power. They are at a slightly higher level of evolution than you. So they can act this way. But if each of you keeps your heart pure, keep your mind emanating love, following everything that I have put here for you, very soon, you will have the same power. You will often ask questions, and you will hear the answer in your ears. Then many will continue saying, wow! But anyone will be able to talk in my ear. No, I tell them no. No, because you will be emanating very high energy. Beings of non-light cannot overcome this barrier, so they would never reach your ears. If you are emanating light, we are emanating love, following the path of light, of victory, the path to the new world, you will never attract a being of non-light. Then the answer will come to your ear clear and crystal clear. Ah, but will this be a gift that I will receive? Let's say yes. I'm just going to tell you one thing, all of you, without exception, have all the gifts that you usually hear, the gift of hearing, the gift of seeing, the gift of feeling, you all have. It's just that you were taught, that you are weak, and that you don't have these gifts. This is crazy stuff. This is crazy stuff. None of this is real. You were taught this. So you froze these gifts. It's just that you are being treated, they are receiving energies every day and these gifts are thawing, let's put it that way. And very soon, all of you, who vibrate light and emanate love, will have these gifts back. And it will be wonderful, because we will be able to speak to you, just as I am speaking here now, easily. So my brothers, be ready. Many will respond here, ah, but I already see a lot of things and it's not pretty. Why do I see ugly things? Beings of non-light. Because you're not vibrating high yet. You are vibrating within the feelings of the third dimension. So your gift is opening, yes, but you are seeing things from the third. Start emanating love, not to emanate fear, because when you emanate fear, this is what you see, things from the third. Start emanating only love and light, and you will stop seeing it all. It's my brothers, there are many changes, and you have to be ready. The veils are falling, and they will fall for everyone. Very soon. Just, as I already said, we have to go slowly, because the few non-light that still exist on the planet, but who have commanding positions, because they have commanding positions as heads of nations, we still need to be careful, because they can take action against you. So we need to take them down first, and everything will happen the way it's supposed to happen. Be patient and trust that everything is happening within the time and planning made. Nothing is overdue. I am Archangel Michael. And each one of you who asks, my Archangel, cover me with your mantle so that I can only emanate love and light. Ask this from the bottom of your heart, and you will feel my mantle covering you, and all the truths will appear.